The greatest experience for me for the Regional Centre for Culture was the practice and the time that the Jaja Wurrung had to spend together for her own performance, the Yapanya. When you think that the Yapanya now has been finished, it's a liberating, brilliant feeling that now you've completed something so significant and you can build upon that for the future.
To see traditional owners being honoured and have their story be told and heard has been really very important.
The way that culture connects us to our past and our future, and considering the partnership role of the Jaja Wurrung Clan Aboriginal Corporation, it's been a critical linchpin of the entire program that everyone has valued and learned from.
Seeing Rosalind Park, which is this amazing European historical park, repurposed and reinvented as a place of community gathering again for the Jaja Wurrung people, allowing them to tell and sing songs and dances from their ancient history and to reclaim to some extent this land and the stories that go with it.
I found across this year people were talking about events or things that were happening in their towns, in their places. I also, through my work, saw the amount of Jaja Wurrung people that were engaged across the 4 local government areas in really different activities.
What surprised me the most was how much collaboration there would be, and that how extraordinary our communities are. And RCC being a catalyst for that, for bringing those communities and those arts workers together.
Regional Centre for Culture has been incredible because there's been a really broad range of things that people can get involved in. And in my role, I've been able to encourage people to get involved.
I really loved the Now You See It event that was at Anderson's Mill in Smeaton. The mill is an amazing heritage structure. It's one of those real hidden gems within our shire, and we're really lucky to have it. So to be able to activate that space through a cultural event was something that was really, really special.
The most delightfully surprising experience for me about the RCC in 2018 was the big Metallica playoff and festival event at Sandman in Maryborough at the train station there. I'd never seen that space utilised in that festival context before, and it was really great to have Circus Oz there. I brought my 2-year-old son along and we spent a lot of time playing croquet as well and taking advantage of the sausage sizzle there.
I knew with Circus Oz that there'd be lots of people who would come along with their families. People in our shire love those sorts of events, and also because there were young people from our shire involved, so of course mums and dads and everybody was there. But with Metallica, I looked around at the audience and thought, there's people here I've never seen before. So that was really exciting to see a whole group of other people really enjoying something.
On any given weekend, there are a number of opportunities to attend an arts and cultural event, anywhere from Bendigo right down through to Creswick, for example, which is almost from one extreme to the other of the region. Right throughout the seasons, there was this fantastic suite of events that were happening.
The thing that I was most delighted and perhaps hadn't given as much thought to until I was in the event experiencing it was, I guess, the warmth of this place and the warmth of the Jaja Wurrung.
For those Jaja Wurrung people that were capable, let alone available, we were all over country, participating whenever one of the creative products wanted us and needed us. So we gave our all. Degrees of friendships were made, respect and recognition that you can participate and you can positively contribute to something for all community. That was amazing.
All of those smaller events that happened in the satellite towns of the region were certainly highlights and brought whole communities together in ways that maybe they wouldn't have otherwise been brought together. But also all of them were so genuinely embedded in the local community and included the local community.
Those skills and experience and shared experience is a legacy. I reckon there's also friendships. I certainly, whilst I was involved through my work, because I live in a town, I have made friends through this process that will continue. And in the country, that's incredibly important.
The thing that surprised me the most was the amount of talent that's living locally. So almost the hidden talent within the arts and culture sector. I always knew that we had a really vibrant artistic community, but I was even surprised more that, there was so much more than I was even aware of. And having been someone who's lived and worked within that community for a very long time, it was wonderful to see that there's always so much more and always new people moving to the area who have so much to offer.
Legacy for me typically centres around relationships. There are people who worked together for the first time on a project and will have learnt a lot about the way that they work, but also the way that others work, and also just about people more generally that will benefit them in the future and benefit the community in the future.
As an artist that lives in the region, there's been a lot of people that have had employment this year working on various different things, and that gives people that space to then develop their own works as well.
Our local artists have got a newfound confidence in their own creativity and in the other artists, and they're raring to go.
So the most surprising thing about the Regional Centre for Culture was the warmth and the acceptance shown by the wider community. So that was through the formal process where we've got creative people, brilliant people all over Central Victoria that embedded Dja Dja Wurrung elements of culture into what they were doing with their own individuality. Then for the viewer, the participants in Central Victoria coming now to place and sharing in that experience, that was amazing.